I threw on a filter because I feel like a hot mess. But I have country style ribs and a craving for kimchi soup. So I figured tonight's dinner is going to be a combination of Korean style ribs and kimchi soup. It is 10:40 a.m. but I want to get this marinated for a couple hours. We're going to start now, and that way I can cook it later because it's going to take 4 hours to cook these bad boys. Honestly, this is my first time making the marinade, so I just tried to pick things that I think would go well with the ribs and the soup. So I got my gochujang, I grabbed some tomato paste, some garlic, don't come for me for that, some crushed ginger, soy sauce, apple cider vinegar, and honey. So I'm going to give a little taste test in the marinade, see if I need anything else, but this is what we're going to start with. The camera legs insist on being in the shot. I don't know why. So I'm going to do, this probably looks like 2-3 tablespoons of gochujang on the spoon, so I'm going to throw that bad boy in. I'm going to do about a tablespoon of honey. I don't want too much in it. A little bit of apple cider vinegar, probably half a tablespoon there. Add another 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. I want the gochujang to be the main accent flavors. A heart full of garlic. Definitely one of those people that there's no such thing as too much garlic. And then adding my soy sauce. Again, I want the biggest flavor to be the gochujang, so I'm not going too heavy. Also, my husband doesn't like a lot of salt, so also I always keep these on hand because you never know when you need ginger, and it's such a pain in the ass to find. So I'm going with 2 cubes of ginger. So I think that's where I want it to be. It's got the right amount of kick and a little bit of sweetness. It's got acidity, and yeah, I think we're gonna go with this. I did add a little bit of sesame oil for a fat, but I think we're ready to go. So this is about 3 pounds of country style rib that was on sale at my local grocery store. I'm going to bake it in here anyway. And so I'm gonna rub down the marinade, cover it in plastic, and let it sit for a couple of hours before I go to my eye doctor. Just a little meat AMSR. I meant ASMR. God damn it. So I got my meat wrapped up. We're gonna stick it in the fridge and we'll see you in maybe 2-3 hours. I'm getting ready to go. My oven is preheated to 300 degrees and these are gonna go in covered for 3 hours. Foil is off. Now they go back in at 350 for another hour. So the ribs are out of the oven, but we're not gonna eat them yet. I'm gonna let them rest and I'm gonna deglaze the pan with some of this pear juice. It's just regular pear juice. I was checking the bottom, but if I try to move this thing, it's falling off the bone. I'm just trying this a little bit. If you don't have one, I think everybody needs a rice dispenser. Okay. This is a reminder, they're not kidding. You need to wash the rice like 3 times. So now I'm gonna start getting the soup ready. Bear in mind, this is not an authentic recipe, obviously. There are so many fantastic Korean home cooks and chefs that you can find online. I just happen to really love Korean food, so I'm going to use what I have to kind of replicate the flavors. Just because I used to live in Flushing, Queens, and now I live in the burbs, so I have to make do with what I have. First, I just started by making the base. This is a mixture of gochujang, soy sauce, garlic, and I didn't have the Korean red pepper flakes, so I just threw in some of the regular red pepper flakes that I have at home. So now I'm gonna slice up some of my kimchi. I get this big vat from the local H Mart. This is like country style kimchi, I think. Yeah, country style, and it's just my favorite, so I'm gonna chop up roughly 2 to 3 cups. I'm also going to add half of this onion a block of some tofu. And we don't really need the Spam, but I always make enough for leftovers, and my husband will definitely want Spam in his tomorrow, so we're adding the Spam. So I'm heating up my Dutch oven at medium-high heat, and I'm gonna actually throw in a can of anchovies and olive oil to start. It adds good umami. I use it often when I'm making a quick marinade or just a red sauce for pasta. And do not be afraid of anchovies. They basically just melt as they heat. Next, we're gonna saute our kimchi. You wanna saute it until it's soft. So I added my Spam, onion, and tofu with the soup base to the Dutch oven. I'm going to cover it and bring it to a boil and then let it cook for 10 to 15 minutes. I can't whistle. Okay, last thing I'm going to do is crack 2 eggs in. I just like to do it the last minute I'm cooking it because the creaminess of the yolk just elevates the soup so much. Yes. We're having it with rice, a little leftover cheese. Usually mozzarella is better with kimchi soup, but I want to finish leftover cheddar, and that is it. All right, we're sitting down to eat. That's my plate. I put a short rib in, and thanks for watching me make Korean-inspired kimchi soup and country-style ribs. Bye, guys.